everyone. In this video, I am going to basically give you some information on how to protect yourself when speaking with spirits. Before you contact any kind of spirit or any spirit in the spirit world, you want to protect yourself. You want to take certain steps so you can protect yourself from any kind of evil or unwanted spirits that could possibly, come through the door when you are beginning to open yourself to the spirit world. So one of the most important things you want to do is first, and this is the thing that I think is the most important, is you need to ask God and Goddess, the Divine, to be with you. You need to ask that you are protected and that the Lord and Lady, God, Goddess, the Divine, however you address them, you want to have them present with you. You want them to fill you with their divine light and their protection so that you are protected from anything evil or dark, because there are a lot of dark entities and spirits that are still somewhat kind of trapped here, that haven't accepted the light and haven't moved on. So there's a lot of things that you want to protect yourself with. You want to really believe that you're asking them to come into your space. So you want to really believe it, and you've got to have faith that they will be there with you and protect you. Because as long as you believe and as long as you have faith, then you're going to be okay. As long as you know this, because you know that you are connected with the Divine and that the God and Goddess is with you. And as long as they're with you, no way can anything evil or negative come in the way of this, because you have complete faith and you've got your complete belief that the God and Goddess is with you. So that is, to me, one of the most important things that you must do before contacting any spirits. So if you don't do this step, and you don't truly believe that the God and Goddess is present with you, and that you are protected with this divine light, then you could potentially open the door to some negative or unwanted spirits. So I definitely advise that this is one of the main steps, and one of the steps that you do not leave out. This one is crucial, so you definitely don't want to leave it out. Alright, so the next thing you're going to want to do is surround yourself in pure white light. This is going to be to protect you from any unwanted spirits, just like having the God and Goddess present. This is going to be an extra shield of protection to enclose you, by centering. This is going to protect you so that you can be centered in your divine space. So what you want to do is you want to either visualize this white light coming straight from the source, the universe, and beaming down into your area and shining kind of like a spotlight into your area. So you can visualize it that way, or you can also just visualize a white light coming out of your heart center, because your heart center is what's connected to the greatest divine. So you can imagine this white light shooting out of your heart center, pretty much kind of like when you center yourself. So that's one of the other very important steps. Another thing you're going to probably want to have is your pentacle. Now, just the one off of your altar will do, because that is the pentacle that you've probably worked with, and it has developed a lot of your energies inside of it. So it's probably a very powerful pentacle, and it's probably a very protective pentacle, the one that's on your altar. So I would advise having your pentacle with you, or if you don't have a pentacle that's on your altar, or just don't have an altar, you could simply just use a pentacle that you wear around your neck, like a necklace, or if you've got a ring, or any type of jewelry or any type of charm or a pentacle. You could even draw one if you don't have one. That would be perfectly fine. You might want to go ahead and have a quartz crystal and an amethyst stone in the area that you're going to be contacting the spirits with. It could be either or, both, whichever you feel most connected to. I personally like to have amethyst and quartz at the same time. Quartz to balance out the amethyst energy, and the amethyst for spiritual growth and spirit contact, because amethyst for me is very connected to the other world, and that's one of the stones that I like to have with me. So it's very important to have this, and you can just hold it in your hand when you're contacting spirits, just for protection as well as to enhance your spirit contact. Burning sage around the area is very good for protecting the area and cleansing the area of any unwanted or negative spirits that could come into the area when you are contacting these spirits. So you might want to go ahead, if you have a sage smudge stick, light your sage smudge stick and kind of walk the circle or walk the area that you're going to be contacting the spirits in, so that you can kind of just put up a shield and a protectant, and keep protecting the area. The more protection you have, the better, because you don't want anything to come into the area that you really don't want to speak to, because that can easily happen. So that's what you want to do, is burn some sage just to cleanse the area and to get it really properly set up for the spirit contact. Also, another thing you might want to have is an offering that you might want to offer to the spirits when they come. Now, if you're contacting an ancestor, you might want to have something on the altar that represents them or something that they liked and enjoyed while they were here on earth. You can also just burn incense as an offering or have milk or honey out. Really, it's whatever you want. You can even put some dried flowers up on your altar. Really, that choice is up to you. Some people like to have actual human heads on their altar when contacting spirits. This is completely optional. It's up to you. You can buy human skulls on the internet. You can substitute the human head. You don't have to actually have a human head. I personally do not use anything like this, but this is something that some people believe that is important to have with you when you're contacting spirits. Really, I find it to be a personal opinion. If you want to use it, that's great. If you don't, that's fine too. So, like I said, you can use a regular human head. You could use a crystal skull. You could use like one of those little prop Halloween decorations that you find around Halloween time. I'm sure you could probably find one super cheap right now since Halloween's not around right now. So that's some things that you might want to have. You could even probably have a drawing of a skull if you wanted to. But, you know, that's completely optional, completely up to you. Do what feels right in that area. If you feel like you want to have a skull or a crystal skull or, you know, a drawing of a skull on your altar while contacting spirits, go right ahead. If you feel that that's a little bit kind of not in your alley, then don't do it. You know, I personally don't. I've never experimented with that. I'm not sure if I ever would, but I would like to own a crystal skull because I think they look beautiful and amazing. But I don't know if I would use it for spirit contact or not. So that's just one thing that you can do if you want to. Like I said, I personally don't, but it's up to you. So one of the last things that you might want to have or do before you begin communication with spirit is to have your own prayer, chant, or spell or phrase that you say when kind of opening the door to the spirit world. You could make up whatever you want, whatever feels great to you. I have my own personal one that I use when I contact spirits, but really, it's best to make up your own and to use your own because it comes, you know, it's going to be filled more with your energies and it's going to have more power in it when it's coming from you. Another thing is you definitely want to be sure that when you are contacting these spirits, you have a direct intention on what you're wanting to do. You know, if you're having a direct question, you know, you definitely want to have a goal or an intention when you contact a spirit. You don't want to just sit down and just start asking for spirits to come speak to you because you've got to have an intention. Because if you don't, like I've been saying, you can easily open the door to unwanted or unnegative, not unnegative, you can definitely open the door to like unwanted or negative energies that you just don't want present. Be sure that you have an intention and a goal so that you have something to concentrate on and focus on while you're trying to contact the spirit. Okay, well I guess that's about it on how to protect yourself with spirits. Stay tuned. I'll be making another video soon on how to contact spirits. And that one's going to go a little in depth, a little bit more than this one. So stay tuned for that, and I hope everybody has a wonderful weekend, and blessed be.